now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fun stream, where only fun things happen on this auspicious Sunday. How's it going, everybody? You having a good time?
I just, you reminded me of the fact that it was Sunday. I thought it was like something. I thought it was another day.
I'm being very verbose today, Con.
Yeah,
serendipitous. I have some fucking dice next to me, by the way. Here.
Auspicious, adjective, conducive to success or favorable, giving or being a sign of future success.
I got some like really nice ones that look like dried blood, and it looks really cool.
That actually fits my day. Yeah, I might be a homeowner soon. I talked to an agent.
What the hell?
Why?
Why is the
Could we
bot
not
here?
stream directly into mics?
Oh wait, yeah, it's the bot. It was a fucking.
Why
It
is
was
the bot
Kleiner.
here?
Shit.
Didn't we just like F-far?
What did y'all hear?
Oh, why the fuck is Hayes just like me for real in this chat right now? What the fuck? Get that out of here. Disgusting.
Serious
Hey
bot.
Stratos. Have you ever
Who
been
would
a
have
library-
been?
Okay, I'm sorry. That's too far, and I didn't expect you guys to have it at max volume. I'm sorry.
Well, I will say that since AC has gotten a bit of the shaft with like protagonist roles, I will say that if we ever did a live reading of Anonymous Agony, I would give Hayes to AC.
I mean, Hayes is voiced, isn't he?
Yeah, he's voiced.
And the entire thing is voiced.
No,
He's badly.
hey, let's rip the voice acting out and do it ourselves.
Like,
Oh
that
my
is, like,
God.
they got an official, like a legitimate voice actor to voice Hayes. Like, Matt Shipman is a real voice actor.
Wait, Matt Shipman? I thought his name is like Robert.
No, it's
Something.
Matt Shipman. He's
More
been
like
a bunch
that
of shit.
poop man.
Oh yeah, so something I'd like to say in advance. Last week when I did, when I was playing Tales of Vesperia, I openly praised DC Douglas. I would like to retract that statement. He's a bastard.
Good call, he's a cunt.
This is
but they also discursed.
He can
Hey,
die in a hole that he deserves to die in.
hey, listen.
Was there
I
a
always
group
say
found,
this.
or was that just a bunch? Or was
Oh,
that
it's
just Twitter
proof.
people?
Oh,
There's
there's like I checked that. I checked that fucking. I checked that thing on
Ample
Twitter.
evidence.
Oh, but
There's-
like, not even if there was evidence, motherfucker shared shit he shouldn't have.
He broke
No.
the non-disclosure.
Well,
No,
okay,
it's
so
not-
lesser thing. He broke NDA. Greater thing.
Yeah.
There is like actual genuine evidence of him being a creepazoid and using his voice acting work as leverage to get sex.
Oh, that.
Women on the toilets and then ABSing himself into them.
Ew.
Oh.
Wait, the guy that voices Kamoshida is the creepy sex pest?
Yes, rambling.
I said
I'm
the
ready
same
for
thing,
that.
yeah.
I can't believe Albert Wesker has been voiced by Hatsune Miku for the past several years.
Don't drag Hatsune Miku into this mess.
Oh no! It's the meme where if someone's like a TERF or something, their work gets ascribed to Hatsune Miku.
What?
Why?
What?
Yeah, J.K. Rowling. J.K.
Yeah,
Rowling.
It's like
No,
Harry
no,
Potter
no,
is written
J.K.
by
Rowling.
Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku wrote
Oh.
Harry Potter and created Minecraft.
Yeah.
Truly a talented individual.
This
Are
is
you sure
weird,
she's
eh?
not a turf?
Hatsune
Me?
Miku?
Hatsune Miku?
No.
That would be how hilarious it was.
I'd say it's unlikely that Hatsune Miku is a turf.
Can I buy some pot from you?
Hey,
Actually, you can.
yo, 5-second review
Okay,
from your
not
boy
on
Digital
stream,
Joshua.
Not on
I
stream
don't-
about this.
Not on stream, but
Yo,
yeah.
yo, 5
He's
second
got the
review from your
hookup.
5-second review from your hot boy Joshua. Halo Infinite, good, but please stop with the shitty microtransactions. There you go.
Everyone agrees to that.
There. Okay, should we start Umineko now?
Yeah, we're gonna start him in Echo now.
Hajime!
Well, not as long as the previous one. This chapter is lengthy.
It's
So it doesn't go for 3 hours.
no, it's not a 3-hour
No.
chapter.
No, it goes for 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, and then the following chapter will go for almost 3 hours again.
Yeah,
Oh God!
like straight up,
It's
we are
almost
going to
like
have
Right.
for Saturday and Sunday. We are going to have like 2 chunky streams back to back.
Chunky is the peanut butter in my sandwiches.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But
Holy
like,
shit.
Move, brother.
but it's gonna be peak. It's gonna be Kino. It's gonna be
That's gonna be real.
Will it be both based and goated?
yes.
Yes.
It will be based and goat-cooned.
Fuck yeah!
Actually, let me listen to how I sound on the stream.
Let me share my stream, and let me share my stream, and let me turn off the Travis touchdown music,
Okay, there we go.
and let me turn on the game music, and now we're good to go, baby. Everybody get in the fucking Discord.
I'm
It's all
already
about the
in the
math.
Discord.
Everyone's in the Discord.
I was
Everyone's
not.
in the Discord. Let's kick this shit off, right?
The Rindy of Witches and Reasoning. Oh god, not the config, I don't want to go there! No! Alright.
Not the context.
Anywho,
Imagine
yeah, for
for
those
the true Umineko
Why is the
fan-
language written as witch hunt?
Oh, because we're using the Witch Hunt translation. If you'll recall, very much earlier on in this story of ours, I forgot we weren't using the Witch Hunt translation, and I wanted to use that one. And apparently, changing translation means having to completely restart.
Yeah, I did an entire bit of a video I edited, which
I
I promise I will get to someday.
So,
just saying,
a quick
Josh,
word
you
from our
should-
sponsors.
Yeah, go ahead.
This Umineko episode is brought to you by a certain person's special day, if you know that, if you're a true fan, and also the Fitnessgram Pacer Test.
What?
Ready?
Oh, you haven't heard the fitness grand pacer test?
Down. 1. Up. Down. 2. Anyways, so yeah, as a bit of a preface for right now, pretty much everybody except me and Con should just be muted. Like, straight up. Dead ass.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Whenever you're ready.
I don't know why you're mad, Battler.
You don't? Everyone was killed by that damn geezer who was saying something crazy about Beatrice's resurrection ceremony or whatever.
So by now, 13 people have been offered as sacrifices. And it's already time for Beatrice to revive, right?
Sure, that sounds great. I'll find Beatrice too and kill them both.
We've survived the ceremony. So we'll receive an invitation to the Golden Land from Beatrice. Over there, all wishes will be granted. If having your family killed is painful, then you just have to resurrect them. That's what I plan to do. I'll revive the really nice real Mama, the one that isn't possessed by the Black Witch. So Mama will always be with me. There won't be any more overtime or working on days off. She'll always be with me and think only of me. And she'll always fight against fearsome enemies for my sake.
There's something wrong with you. Why is saying something so incomprehensible in a situation like this?
Didn't Kyrie just tell you, Battler? Didn't she tell you to believe in the witch?
Fuck! There's no time to get in an argument with you over something like this! Now there are no hostages or anything. Anyone left alive? This weird shitty ceremony game is already over. Let me do what I want now. Someone might still be alive. Something might be hiding. I'll search everywhere. Find them and beat the shit out of them! In a rage, Battler grabbed his hat stand spear and flew out of the room. Maria watched him go, looking bored.
Even though Beatrice will grant our wishes soon anyway. Stupid Battler.
At that time, the phone rang out again. Maria stood up and grabbed the receiver.
Hello?
Of course, the sound of the phone also reached Battler's ears as he was about to dash out of the house. With a violent forcefulness, he turned around and dashed into the cousin's room. Maria! Who was that phone call from? With a terrifying look on his face, Battler yelled at Maria, who was on the phone. He couldn't blame him. Right now, the only humans left alive on this island were himself, Maria, Goda, and Kumasawa. There was no way those two could call after being locked up in the gardening storehouse, which meant there was only one person left. It had to be Kinzo. After continuing her pleasant chat with the person on the other end of the phone for a while, Maria slowly turned to face Battler. Then with an unsettling expression on her face, she laughed. It felt almost as though the person at the other end of the line was chatting about Battler. Maria, who's on the phone? Grandfather? Battler couldn't imagine that this was the case. After all, it was inconceivable that Maria would talk intimately with Kinzo, and that she would be chatting about Battler with that eerie smile on her face. So what kind of person could be on the phone? Who could make Maria chat with a smile like that? At that time, in the back of his mind, the words Kyrie had spoken to him had drifted up. If a witch does appear, there's no need to doubt it. Just believe that it exists.
Yeah. Battler just came back. He sure is jumpy.
Maria! Who's on the phone? Who?
Hand it over. Sure. Here, Battler.
After getting the consent of the person on the other end, she held the receiver out to Battler.
Here.
Maria had the receiver out for him to take, as though it was perfectly normal. Battler hesitated just a little bit before taking the receiver. After all, by accepting the existence of the person at the other end, he'd have no choice but to acknowledge them. As Kyrie said, there was no longer any need to doubt that they exist. Battler took the receiver. As he did, Maria briskly left the room. Battler, who was a bit scared to find out for sure who was at the other end of the receiver, questioned Maria before taking the call. Hey! Where are you going?
To where my test is. I wonder who the next Ushiramiya family head will be. Battler or me?
Don't go! You'll be killed!
I won't be killed. The ceremony is already over. And even if I'm killed, I'll be revived. Whether one of us becomes the head or not, we've already been invited to the Golden Land. See you!
Wait! Maria! Battler stretched his hand out to Maria's back as she left. The cord of the receiver that was gripping stopped him, just like a chain. He readied himself. Battler put the receiver to his ear. Hello? Gone?
Congratulations! And I'm fine! And you?
Screwed up mocking English filled his ears. The voice of a woman he didn't know. Who was it? The inside of his head was starting to freeze up. Who was it?
What do you mean, who is it? Ushiromiya Batora? Normally you'd answer, yes, I am fine. Right? That takes me back. You do that one in middle school, yes? That thing you do in pairs.
You're insane! Who are you? Answer me!
Say it in English. Isn't that your specialty?
Don't fuck with me! Who are you? An underling of that damn geezer?
Underling is a mean way to say it, is it not? It may say prisoner. And Kinzo is my prisoner. Right?
That last laugh didn't sound like it was aimed at Battler. It was almost though Kinzo was right next to the phone, cackling as well. Say your name! Who are you? Who?
Guess right, and you could win a free trip to Hawaii! Finally. Finally. So long. The days leading up to today were really long. I seriously waited 1,000 years for today. Get it? I owe it to you. My big resurrection. Thank you, Kinzo. Just for you, I'll lend an ear to that last. I'll take that move back of yours.
My. Aren't you gonna get tad excited? Could you act a bit more ladylike? Kinzo and Beatrice sat facing each other over the chessboard on the reception table. There was expensive cheese and snacks to go with the drinks. There were several empty wine bottles lined up. As Beatrice rolled around on the sofa in an unseemly way, she happily held a wine glass in one hand. And was probably completely drunk.
I'm in the best mood today, so here's a huge bonus for you. Hey, Kinzo, don't use Chateau Petrus as a decoration. Come on, man, it's been 1947, right? If you don't open it today, just when do you plan on opening it? Let's drown ourselves in it and play! Then let's whack each other with the empty bottles. Come now!
How amusing! You're too excited! And you're letting loose too much!
And what about you, Kinzo? Aren't you happy to be reunited with me? Ah, it's the living world, the earthly world. Long live my flesh!
What are you going on about? You're saying that you're Beatrice or something?
Yes, I am! Thanks to Kinzo's 13-person murder ceremony, I've finally been resurrected. It's nice having a mouth. It's nice having a tongue. How fun it is to be able to talk to you like this. Come to think of it, even though we slapped each other with abuse so many times, over and over again, this is the first time we've had a conversation like this on the board during the game, isn't it? How very fresh! Oh, did you hear that pop just now? He opened it. He seriously opened that Chateau Petrus? Do you know how much a single bottle costs? Almost as much as a whole 10-kilogram ingot. You see?
Cut the crap! Beatrice! The Golden Witch, you say? Give it a rest! Where are you? Is that damn geezer with you too? I'll beat the shit out of both of you! Where are you now? Answer me!
Oh, so you want to meet me? It's tough being such a popular woman. But please, don't try to chat me up when Kinzo's around, okay? The this guy gets seriously jealous, so he has a bad temper, you see. But when Kinzo isn't around and we're all alone, I'll love you all you want in secret, okay?
Oh shit. You're insane!
Kinzo, I've changed my mind. I won't do Maria's test. You go.
How fickle. So are you saying you'll do Battler's test?
Nothing wrong with that, right? That guy's so much like a younger you that it makes my heart race. Don't worry, I won't cheat on you. This will be the only time I'll be alone with him. I'm always alone with you in bed, right? But no more tying me to the bed with a collar, okay? Well then, Battler. I, the Golden Witch Beatrice, will be conducting your test myself. Consider yourself honored. As for the place, yes. Let's make it the front entrance to this mansion. Battler, make sure you try seriously hard in this test to become the successor, okay? I mean, Kinzo's practically dead on his feet. If you become a successor, you will be the new owner of everything on this island. If it's you, I wouldn't mind becoming all yours. See? Rule over me just like Kinzo did. Okay?
The front entrance to the mansion. Perfect! You drunk bastard! I'll sober you up. I'll fix that hangover with a burning punch! Just you wait! Battler impulsively slammed the receiver down. Don't need to talk through it anymore. I'll meet her face to face and settle this! I took the spear I'd made from the hat stand. Went outside with even an umbrella. I'd imagine the young woman calling herself Beatrice is waiting for me alone. Probably assumed that, as Goda and San and the rest said, she'll be waiting with supporting troops. Going alone would be too reckless. Goda-san! Kumasawa-san! It's me, Battler! I headed for the gardening storehouse first. Need all the help I can get. Goda-san is big, so I can probably count on him for some firepower. Kumasawa's knowledge and familiarity with the terrain as a senior server might become a huge weapon. Both of them have master keys, and they know more about the mansion than I do. They'll be pretty reliable allies. As I banged on the shutter and called out for them to open it, I remember there was nothing they could do from the inside. I think I could get the key back from them before opening the door. I ran to the corner, knocked on the small latticed window there, and opened it. Goda-san! Kumasawa-bachan! It's Battler! Hey, come on! Get up! Hey! The scene in the shed, lit by a dim light bulb, was very strange. Goda-san. Kumasawa-san. From a low ceiling beam hung two thick ropes. And at the ends, Goda-san and Kumasawa-san were hanging by their necks. It was dim and cramped because of the various pieces of equipment strewn about, so I couldn't make out the situation clearly. When they showed not even a tremor after I called out to them. And because of the way the loops around their necks seemed to carry the full weight of their bodies, I could sense no trace of life within them. You've gotta be kidding me, right? Why? The shutter was still closed. And still only a single key, supposedly been given to Goda-san. The other culprit opened the shutter and killed both of them inside. No, wait. They weren't necessarily killed. This is a suicide. That way the closed room makes sense. I don't know why they would hang themselves and commit suicide. People, I slumped down on the spot. Now the only humans alive on this island are me, Maria, and that damned geezer. Now there's also that insane woman calling herself Beatrice. There's Maria, who had acted like the witch's ally from the beginning. And that geezer, the ringleader who revived the witch. And the witch herself. What the hell? And now I might as well be the only one on this island. Using my pole as a cane, I feebly rose. Damn. I can't do it like this. I got to avenge everyone. Damn it! It's useless this way. Ah, it's useless. It's all useless. Damn it! Might as well cry while I can. Then my frail emotions will be squeezed out with my tears. And I straightened up and gazed into the darkness in the direction of the mansion. The entrance to the mansion, the witch was waiting. I'll go and settle this. Find the source of this weird, insane night, and crush her with my own hands. Amidst the pouring rain, I walked through the rose garden without an umbrella, letting myself get soaked. I could see the arbor on the other side. According to Jessica, it seemed like George Haneke had also been killed. Oh, by this point, there's no need to worry about the lives of the hostages. I left the path, aiming for the arbor. Then, I saw George Haneke's weather-beaten corpse. Haneke. Damn. The corpse was in front of the arbor. If he had died under the arbor, he might have at least been spared being beaten down upon by the rain. Haneke's forehead was a gaping hole, as though he'd been shot with a gun. Perhaps because the rain had washed everything away, his face wasn't covered with blood. So it looked almost like he was sleeping. However, his clothes were stained a deep red, and there were still signs that a large amount of blood had flown out. How happy I'd be if he were sleeping, or else pretending to be dead. Even the rain sprayed against Haneke's eyes, they remained open. And the hole in his forehead was no joke, but absolutely real. There had been a faint chance that even Goda-san and Kumasawa-san hanging by their necks in the guarding shed had been them playing a bad joke. But that naive possibility had now been completely denied. And so as I looked on the corpse, I became completely sure. Just as Goda-san had once said, the enemy had come to take the lives of like pieces on a chessboard. Ah, there's no mistake. That old geezer and the witch really don't view our lives as anything more than that. That damn witch is something about over the phone. Something about us being on the game board. Perfect. I see, she thinks this is a game. And if you kill everyone like it was a game, it's okay if I kill you like it's all a game, right? Prepare yourself, Beatrice. The lightning caused the mansion's vast shadow to rise up. Finally, the mansion. As the massive shape came into view, there was no silhouette of any person. I think there weren't any underlings waiting for me in a pack or anything like that. According to Kiryu-san, there was a massive amount of attendants with goat heads. At least for now, I couldn't sense a large group of them hiding and staring at me. What's this? Beneath the roof of the entrance, there's something set down. What is this? A box? Looked like the kind of small box that girls often keep trinkets in. It was the same kind of extravagant cigar case you'd find in a reception room. Either way, it didn't look like something that should be here. It clearly looked as though I was being told to open it. For some reason, opening something being offered to me was irritating. However, it didn't look like we'd get anywhere if I didn't open it. Could it be that it's set up with some kind of trap to make it explode when opened? Thinking things like that, ready even to come under the overhang. I continued to glare at the box, still beaten down upon by the rain. Then, mixed in with the thunder, was some kind of music. It sounded like that. It was the tone of the big clock in the hall announcing midnight. Also, sound announced that this insane day, October 4th, had finally ended. The much more incredibly insane day of October 5th had begun. It sounded quiet. I could hear an eerie laugh coming out of nowhere. I got the feeling that the voice was coming from the heavens. I looked up to the sky. What I saw there was a woman I'd never seen before. No, it's not true that I never saw her before. I saw her once today. Yes, in the portrait inside that mansion. The clothes were different, but that face was just like the witch of the portrait. Ah, who am I kidding? I already know who that person is! Are you Beatrice?
Yeah. Bad luck.
From the second floor balcony, leaning out under an umbrella and waving high-spiritedly. Was without a doubt the witch of the portrait. Beatrice! Was the plan for the boss to take a bird's eye view and let the goat underlings torture me to death? I adjusted the grip on the sphere, and imagining goats creeping out on the nearby shadows in the entrance and surrounding me. I raised my guard in all directions.
Be at ease, there's no one here but you and me, you see. No goat furniture, no demon butlers or teachers. Not even the demon who's my close friend. And there's none of the golden butterflies that compose my flesh, no magic circles, and no summoners as witnesses. Do you know what that means?
No clue. Quit babbling.
It is true that I have yet to meet you several times in this world. Almost as though we just missed each other. As you know, this world of humans is filled with a toxin just by your existence and your doubting of me. Almost like solid ramparts strengthening the guard around you, the king. And through multiple games, I have advanced pieces one by one, split them apart and corner them, leveling your ramparts bit by bit. Then a faint crack finally opened, and I sent a bishop in, so that it could approach right up next to you. But as you know, bishops are places with blind spots. As long as you stay in the black squares, a bishop on black can wield a massive influence. But if you escape just one step to a white square, even if I close in right next to you, I will not be able to touch you. That is why I have progressed through this game by sending in various pieces to prevent you from staying on a white square. Forcing you out in front of me, the one who controls the black squares next to you. However, there are now holes opened all over your ramparts. And I was able to send in not a bishop, but a full queen! You know what kind of piece a queen is?
A rook plus a bishop. Is that what you're trying to say? And now, you not only control the black squares that are part of the illusion of the witch, but I'm able to eat into the white squares of the human world at will?
That is correct! You've been calling the squares with golden butterflies that are my minions the illusion of the witch. And you have denied them as unobserved realities, right? I know. For that very reason, I have openly descended to the white squares like this. Do not worry. I will call plenty of gold butterflies and goats, demons, and witches later. If you wish, I'll invite you to the Golden Land. There, any wish can be granted.
That looked like someone knocked an ink bottle over the chessboard of this island.
I see a pleasant phrasing. Soon you will be covered in ink as well. You will finally become covered with pitch black, and will surely become a Black King. You really are pitiful, drowning in a sea of ink right now, aren't you?
No, that's wrong. The whole island has been stained completely black from your ink bottle. There's still a white square left.
Huh? Where?
Right under my feet! Your ink of magic could cover the entire island, but it can't cover the ground my feet are standing on! The end of this island seems to be stained pitch black at a glance. I am me. I'm here, stepping on a white square! It's strange. Till a second ago I was shivering all over. Now that she's appeared openly right before my eyes like this, my terror has actually lessened. Interesting. Ghosts are more terrifying when you can only sense them. You can see them and they have a face you can plant your fist into. There's nothing scary about it! However, she definitely isn't an interesting or friendly person. She can kill me instantly by snapping her fingers while rolling around, giggling. Whether we interpret the result of her snapping her finger as magic flying at me or underlings showing up to shoot me, it doesn't matter. Anyway, whether this is fantasy or mystery, that queen is in a position where she can kill me just by snapping her fingers. I see. So this means that she's the queen of this island, who reigns over both the white and black squares.
Well then. It might be amusing to wait until you catch a cold and all that rain, but it's about time to move to the matter at hand. Can you see the box down there? Your test is inside it.
Wait. After all that happened, I'm not interested in some stupid game about who will become the successor. My game's to take you and that damn geezer, and all of you guys who killed everyone, and smack him with a Gian punch. One of those face crushers.
Oh. So, you will fly through the air up to my balcony? Very well, very well. Then, look. Come on right now. Here. Up.
Damn you. Acting so carefree just because you're in a completely safe place. I'm coming over there right now! So prepare yourself and wait for me!
No. The door is locked. Of course, the shutters are down for all the windows. My castle isn't so fragile that a single knight like you could break in.
I tried opening the door to the entrance anyway, but it really was locked. When I looked around, I noticed that the shutters were closed in on the windows after all. Normally those wouldn't be closed. Looks like you prepared for everything. Where's the key? Goda-san and Kumasao-san probably had master keys. They were in the closed room in the garden shed. I can only give up for now. Damn. Guess she's no fool herself.
Do you really want to be right beside me so much? Alright, if you impressively pass your test, why don't I grant you an audience? If you pass, then you'll become the successor and my new master. My flesh and soul will be yours to do with as you please. For I am no more than the Yoshiramiya family's furniture.
Well, guess you want to make me take this test no matter what. Okay, I'll give it a shot. If I pass, my first prize will be a punch to your face.
Scary, scary. But it's not like I mind being controlled by violence, you see. Grab onto my head. Make my face twist in pain. Tear me apart like a hawk does with its talon to its prey. Scratch at me and trample upon me. Remind me of Kinzo in his younger days once more. That single time in my 1,000-year life. Remind me of that day I was taught the joy of being controlled, surrendering, and being reduced to furniture.
You damn drunk! We aren't getting anywhere! Ignoring the stupidly smiling witch, I picked up the box.
Yes. Open it. Inside is a letter. Read it.
I opened it. There's a faint smell of cigarettes. Apparently it really had originally been a cigar case. But there was no cigarettes or cigars inside. So there was a Western envelope with the one-winged eagle crest on it. And when I opened that too, there was a letter inside. I looked up at the witch. She was grinning down at me. It seemed she was looking forward to seeing what kind of reaction I'd have to the contents. Damn. Just perfect. Its contents were something like this. Among the 3 mentioned below, in order to gain 2, sacrifice 1. Your life, someone's life, everyone else's lives. If you do not choose one, all the above will be lost. What's this? Some pretty creepy stuff's written in here. More importantly, the second one's blank. Don't even know whose life it's supposed to be.
Indeed. That second one is where you put the name of the one test taker the test taker loves the most. For Jessica's test, it was Cannon's name, and for George's test, it was Shannon's. Since they had obvious feelings for certain people, those names were written in beforehand. But I don't know whom you have feelings for. So I didn't know whose name to write and left it blank.
That's perfect. I love you, Beatrice. I'll stick your name in here. In that case, I'll choose the second choice. Happy now?
Hey, quit joking, quit joking. Hey, please, Battler. Tell me the name of the person you have feelings for. If you don't, then this won't be a test, right?
Sorry. I don't have any girl in particular. Even if I did, why the hell would I tell you?
In that case, this test will not work for you. What a shame, what a shame. was really wondering what kind of woman was your cup of tea.
What would you do if I said like flat-chested lollies with long black hair? That wouldn't match you at all, right?
Lies, you breast sommelier. Blonde and bouncy is best, right? Am I not truly the embodiment of your ideal?
If guessing your 3 sizes is the test to become the successor, I'll take it gladly.
Yes. This was the test to choose the successor, wasn't it? It was so fun chatting with you that I've been getting off topic. Then let us begin the test. I will question you to see whether you are qualified to be the successor to the Yoshiramiya family headship. Answer with care.
The witch who had been joking around like she was drunk until a second ago suddenly regained her dignity. It looked as though she truly had stepped out of that majestic portrait.
I am the Yoshiramiya family alchemist, the Golden Witch and the Endless Witch, Beatrice. Do you have the qualifications to inherit the Yoshiramiya family and all of my gold? That is what I will test. State your name.
Yoshiramiya Battler. When faced with the dignity you wouldn't have imagined from her appearance a short while ago, answer without any hesitation. And from that, yeah, I see. I can tell why she's worthy of calling herself the true queen of this island.
Very well, Yoshiramiya Battler. However, for these 6 years, you have thrown away that Yoshiramiya name, have you not? Why was that?
Because I ran out of love for that old bastard.
I know. It was because you felt that your father's remarriage disgraced the death of your mother, whom you respected. Yes. I see. You have no blood relation to your new mother whatsoever. It's not as though I can't understand why you'd be unable to accept that mother. However, no matter whom your father remarried, that wouldn't change the fact that his blood runs in your veins. Correct?
What are you trying to say?
I can somewhat understand the childishness that led you to resist your father's remarriage, since you wanted him all to yourself. However, was throwing away the Yoshiramiya name as a means of resistance not a disgrace to your family and blood? You were born and raised Yoshiramiya, were you not? Do you think you had the right to forget that dead and throw away the Yoshiramiya name?
Got nothing to do with you. It's between me and Dad.
The Yoshiramiya name does not belong to you and your father alone. That was your childishness. Nothing more than your inability to forgive the fact that your father was stolen away by an unknown woman. Those 6 years during which you threw away the Yoshiramiya family register were a significant period during which you covered the Yoshiramiya family name in mud. Know the depths of that sin.
Well, sorry. I'm so childish.
However, even though it occurred around the time of deaths of your grandparents, you did well to return to the Yoshiramiya register. For that, let us give you a chance to purify that sin yourself. Now is the time to compensate for your sin of 6 years ago. Come, try to remember. Remember your own sin. Remember that. Confess and repent. That is the test I shall give you.
At that time, a massive thunderclap rang out, making my mind go blank. What do you mean, repent? Trying to tell me to apologize?
The test has already begun. You may think as you wish.
The witch's expression did not look like a person forcing a tough question on someone and sneering at them. He was asking seriously and could even sense a quiet determination. He could. Even the rain fell on Battler, he did not shift his eyes from that gaze. The witch threw her umbrella away. She abandoned herself to the falling rain. But the rain would fall on her until Battler answered that question. She chose not to rain fall on her while he reached an answer. For some reason, Battler understood that. And yet, he didn't understand. But if that way, I do think I was being childish. All things considered, even Dad getting remarried didn't cancel out the debt I owed for him raising me. I heard that Dad always kept on paying for my living expenses, and he even said he wanted to participate in school events. The only reason he couldn't come was because I told Grandpa and Grandma to not to let him come no matter what. It's true that I can't argue back if you want to call it my childish resistance. But in that case, it would clear away Mom, the Shirimiya Asumu's regrets. Even though Mom was so devoted to our family and did the very best she could, despite that, Dad was cheating with Kyrie-san. He even got her pregnant with Angie. And then along with her birth, he rushed to move them into his register. Nah. If that wasn't a betrayal of Mom, then what was it? Who will clear up Mom's regrets? What you're saying is also right. Even though the cheating was a fact, the debt that I owed for being raised was real too. In that case, they cancel each other out. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me leaving the family, is there? That's right. I had the right. No, the duty to smack Dad in Mom's place, didn't I? But I didn't do that. I left without saying anything. As though I hadn't been there in the first place. Dad forgot all about me and started a new family with Kyrie and Angie. Doesn't that settle everything? But then, 6 years had passed. Time healed the anger. Kyrie-san understood my anger. Even so tried to interact with me, even if it meant tearing her heart apart. Angie didn't know anything about the situation. Even though I lived in a separate house, she was raised believing that I was her real big brother, and loved me as if it were true. Dad casually said to come home and stay anytime I wanted. Started to feel more and more ridiculous. That was about time for me to cool my head as well. I said I'd put it all behind me as long as Dad apologized. But then came the day of Grandpa's funeral. And he really did put his hands on the floor and apologize. Looking unbelievably pathetic. Dad did that and seriously bowed his head to me, you see? When I saw that, I felt like it'd be stupid to keep it up any longer. I'm sure Mom thought the same thing. Every time Dad and I fought, Mom would always laugh and mediate for us. Oh, were you fighting over something that silly? Is what she'd say. I could feel Mom saying that and laughing. So, though I couldn't actually say I forgive him, I thought it might be okay to start over again from square one. So I had to wind everything back to how it was 6 years ago. I returned to the Ashirmiya family register. I also cried and raged and worried for a whole 6 years. Might have been the same for Dad and my dead mom. Maybe even for Kyrie-san and Angie. We went back to square one and I returned to being a Shirimiya battler. That's my immediate family's problem. Nothing to do with the Ashirmiya family. You have no right to judge that as a sin, and I have no obligation to show repentance to you! Because anyone I should have done that for, you already killed them! So I won't apologize for anything. I won't repent. That's my answer for this test.
Is that all?
What? Part of me had finally responded to her provocation. Well, I supposedly vented out all that stuff I'd kept inside my chest. Stuff I hadn't wanted to show anyone. That was what the witch had supposedly been expecting. And yet the witch's blank expression didn't change in the slightest. I'd been sure she started cackling and guffawing, sneering at my childish, foolish, and shameful past. But to the contrary, I could feel a sense of disgust about her. You could almost call disappointment. What do you mean, is that all? I exposed everything about me, right? What more could you want?
That still isn't enough to clear away your sins.
Clear away? What the hell? You're asking me to prostrate myself right here and apologize like Dad did?
That's not it. I have no interest in matters concerning your immediate family or your home. Where are we? Rokenjima, the main residence of the Yoshiramiya head family. Isn't there a sin you ought to remember, fitting for this place?
Are you saying that I have another sin?
Remember, Ushiramiya battler. Not being able to remember that is your sin. For that reason, I shall forgive you. If you can remember it, I shall forgive you. Remembering that is my test of atonement for you.
Even if you tell me to remember.
Remember. That's what makes it a sin.
Sorry, Beato. I have absolutely no memory of it. Make it sound like I caused you trouble 6 years ago or something. I supposedly met you for the first time at the family conference. It's true that your legend also existed 6 years ago, but I shouldn't have been acquainted with you.
Naturally. On the Rokenjima of 6 years ago, I had not yet materialized.
What kind of sin are you saying I have? Are you saying I've sinned against you somehow?
Don't make me say the same thing twice. I had not materialized 6 years ago. There was no way for me to become acquainted with you. In the world that you are, it was as though I didn't exist.
Beato's cold eyes felt as though they were pursuing some kind of sin. At a glance, it felt as though she still hated me for something I'd done to her, and that she blamed me for it. However, I naturally didn't have a clue, and Beato had said it herself. 6 years ago, there was no link between us. 6 years ago, no person called Beatrice existed for me. At least give me a hint! Does this sin have anything to do with you and me?
Maybe family thing happened?
Oh, fuck. Oh, you should be muted right now. Fuck.
Sorry.
Fine.
Chair fell.
Okay.
Kinda hurt.
Oh, unfortunate.
I had no connection to you 6 years ago. Remove me from your thoughts already. Why do you think it is a sin against me?
Your eyes.
My eyes?
Because your eyes are whispering at me to apologize. But I have no connection with you 6 years ago. Looks like you acknowledge that too. Is that true? Is it really not a problem between me and you?
I already said it wasn't. No problem between me and you has anything to do with this.
But still, your eyes are telling me differently. So I don't even have a clue. Can you say it in red? Can you proclaim that this sin that you're telling me to remember isn't something between you and me?
Very well. The sin I am now demanding that you remember is not between Ushiramiya Battler and Beatrice.
Then why are you looking at me with those eyes?
I don't know. I am simply gazing at you blankly. If it feels that way to you, perhaps there's something making you feel that way.
What kind of sin are you saying I have?
Ushiramiya Battler has a sin.
And I'm asking you what kind. Best just some trivial sin like hitting someone or tricking someone.
Because of your sin, people die.
Liar! Never killed anyone! Then say it! Who did I kill? When? Who? How?
Due to your sin, a great many humans on this island die. None will escape. All die.
What? What kind of incomprehensible thing are you saying? Are you saying I killed everyone? I'm a killer?
It doesn't mean you carried it out directly. However, because you committed a sin from an imperfection in the cogs that stretched back a full 6 years, a distortion was created. And tonight, this many lives are lost. You are one of the causes of this tragedy.
Quit messing around. I'm the cause. Then what? You're saying 13 people died because I abandoned the Ashurmia family register 6 years ago? So that 13 people died because I came back to the Ashurmia family after 6 years. Don't fuck with me! Give it a rest! For these 6 years I've been the man furthest from the Ashurmia family, right? How could I have influenced anything in that way? I came back to the family conference because I wanted to, right? I returned to my family after 6 years. So to make up for that lost time, I came to Rokenjima reluctantly. It's not like I had some duty to come here today. I came back, and because of that, a massacre occurred? Then what? Are you saying that if I hadn't come back, no one would have had to die? Say it in red. Can you say that in red that, if I hadn't come back, this massacre crime wouldn't have occurred? There's no way you can say it, because you're the culprit for everything! Repeat it! If Ashurmia Battler hadn't returned to Rokenjima, this crime wouldn't have occurred. If you can say that, try saying it! Can't do it, can you? You can't say it. The culprit is you, not me! Try to rub the responsibility off onto me! Answer in red! Try to repeat it! You can't! My business has nothing to do with this crime! Quit saying incomprehensible stuff and trying to confuse me! I began to remember the coldness of the raindrops that kept pouring down. The rain earlier had just hurt. But now I felt a tremoring cold from those raindrops.
Is there nothing that you remember?
Sorry. I don't even have a clue. Hey. Sorry you're a little pissed off. When you want to say, then say it. You have a grudge against me, you just have to say it out loud. Don't do it in such a dirty way, force me to remember.
I'll ask you one more time. Can you remember any sin?
No! I can't remember anything!
So, he says he can remember nothing. With this, are your regrets at an end? Indeed.
Who's talking at this point?
It's still Beatrice, you can go.
Okay, thank you.
Even a hopeless bet can leave behind regrets if you do not take it. That's enough. The betting itself has meaning. That may be true. In that case, this is the end of my regrets and my game. What will you do? Who knows? I'm not interested at all anymore. Sorry, but I wish to leave the game board now. I see. I understand. I will take over for the rest of the game. You may rest. Indeed. All that remains, I will finish. You may forget everything and bury your head in your pillow. A feather futon should gently protect you from everything. I'll be counting on you to finish up the rest. Leave it to me. Leave everything else to me. And sleep.
The witch who had questioned Battler hid herself. The other witch who had appeared from behind remained. She certainly was identical. The same witch. Her expression was somehow indifferent and ice cold. Really removed from the one who, despite seeming drunk up until then, had been in high spirits. Hey! Are you listening? Isn't it enough for that test thing? I don't care whether I passed or failed. I won't be satisfied until I can bash your face! Come down here! Or else open this door! The witch did not answer. Her eyes were as ice cold as Balor's shoulders. She was now clearly in a different person since the time she'd first appeared on the balcony. The witch gazed into my eyes and gave 2 small shakes of the head. Even without words, I was able to gather that she was expressing some kind of disappointment. Without saying anything, the witch turned on her heels. After that, only Battler remained, the cold rain still beating down on him. The study was in the middle of a lively party. It seemed that Gap was making fun of Virgilia, having tripped her up in some stupid way. They were spitting la 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 la, lea lea lea, and gap 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 at each other. With this as a sideshow, Kinzo and Runaway had opened a new bottle. Oh, you're back! How were the results of Battler's test? Musessa got passing remarks with no complaints, you see. I have despised her as a little girl. But see, why, oh my, not bad. It seemed like Kinzo was dead drunk. Facing Beato, who had returned, he laughed with the same level of tension as the time they had left for the tests. However, Runaway and Virgilia instantly noticed the change in enthusiasm. Gap also froze her expression and went silent. What is it, Beatrice? My beloved witch. Not enough to drink? Not enough on the side? Let's pour it all over a cow or something and roast it with it whole. Oh, not bad. Runaway, prepare one right away. Beatrice, let's leave the result of Battler's test for later. But do we have a toast with a spare rib first?
Roast yourself whole.
What? The witch who had spoken bluntly coldly passed by Kinzo's side as he doubled over laughing in a great mood. Then, behind the witch's back, the old summoner's body suddenly went up in flames. Why? As crimson flames spat from his eyes, mouth, and nose, every hole on his body, Kinzo rolled around. Even though it was a terrible hellfire, it didn't burn anything except Kinzo. Kinzo didn't have a clue what was going on. Unable to understand why Beatrice, who had been in such a good mood, had suddenly turned so cold, he rolled around. The dancing silhouettes of the witch and demons created by that massive rolling torch. A group of excited spectators around a burning at the stake. However, the eyes of the demons who watched over it were indifferent. When Kinzo finally stopped moving, the fly disappeared, leaving a pitch-black corpse. The inside of the room was commanded by the stillness of the sound of the rain.
What has happened, milady?
I've gotten over my excitement. Clean up those bothersome cinders.
Beatrice's expression was unbelievably indifferent. There was an iciness that might easily bring the others to the same fate as Kinzo if they annoyed her. Yes, I will clean it up. Gat made a jet-black pitfall, swallowing up Kinzo's cinders. If she hadn't carried that out quickly, Gat might have also been burned. You could even feel that thirst for blood. No, thirst for blood probably isn't the best way to describe it. Just like humans don't have any particular emotion when they step on an ant when they're walking. That was how much, unconsciously and mercilessly, Beato was now filled with a brutal emptiness that wouldn't hesitate at burying a passerby.
Well, what is it, Beato?
I don't want to answer. No, even answering is too much of a pain to do now.
What is it? This isn't like you. Did something happen? Did Battler say something? Beatrice didn't even answer, and that she even ignored it. But there was a change in Gap. From her feet, a creaking, cracking sound rose like thin ice breaking, and in an instant turned Gap into a glass sculpture.
Gap!
Disappear for a while. I'm in a very bad mood.
Beatrice spoke that, in a truly cold voice which could freeze the heart just by hearing it.
Certainly. Then, please allow us to retire. If you need anything, call it any time.
After bowing, Renove turned into a cloud of gold butterflies and hid himself. After turning Gap, who had become a sculpture, into a cloud of gold butterflies, Gilly also turned into a cloud which mixed in with the others and disappeared. In the study made untidy by drinking, Beatrice stood still, alone. Since the time she had returned, her expression hadn't changed in the slightest. However, when she saw the fallen and empty wine bottles and scattered cheese plates, her brow furrowed and she looked a bit displeased. And when she whispered disappear in that instant, the room was cleaned up in a flash and as though nothing had happened. The reception chairs were neatly arranged and there was no wine or cheese. There's no stains or scattered trash either. The contrary, even the air had frozen over. And enough to make one doubt whether a large number of noisy people really had been in this room until a short while ago. The study had returned to silence. In that silent, frigid study, where even the air had frozen, Beatrice stood still. Then she called, muttering,
Battler. Are you there?
I've been here for a while. What the hell's going on with you? You've been estranged since a short while ago.
Do I seem strange? My apologies.
Even though you were drinking so happily with that damn geezer, you suddenly burned him up. Your demoness friend is a glass sculpture. Tell the demon butler and your teacher to leave, they disappeared right away with your words. How fickle and selfish are you?
Battler, I'm done.
Done with what?
I've grown bored of this.
Huh? Well, you were the one who started this game. If you had enough, that's great for me. So basically, you're giving up?
I am not giving up. I am simply ending it. No, I won't even end it. I'm just abandoning this game for all eternity.
Doesn't that mean you're giving up? Nah, the words got bored of it and threw it away fit you perfectly.
That is correct. I grew bored of it, and am throwing it away. I don't care what happens next. It can remain abandoned and gather dust as much as you like.
It's going on with you? Been kinda hard to deal with since a short while ago. Are these still the after effects of that incomprehensible test from earlier? If you've got a grudge, all you have to do is say so clearly. You said in red there's nothing to do with you, but it's gotta be a play on words, right? It's written all over your face. You have a grudge against me.
How many times will I have to say I have no grudge against you before you'll understand? At the time you committed your sin, I did not exist.
As Beata spoke with an offended expression, her face twisted to look even more displeased. Fickle, inconsistent, moody, temperamental, selfish and simple-minded and cruel. But even so, she hadn't shown an expression as strange as this even once until now. Well, you were the one who provoked me into this game. I'm a bit let down that it wasn't resolved, but feel free to invite me again if you feel like it. But when that happens, allow me to politely refuse, okay? Intentionally spoke in a mocking tone, but Beato showed no reaction. Rather hung his head and clicked his tongue. Circling on October 4th and 5th over and over again. But I finally had just about enough of this role. This way, the boat will come tomorrow. That's right. The seagulls will return to the harbor. I'll be able to hear Kenjima's signature nya nya cries. After all, maybe because of the weather, they weren't there at all when I came to the island. When the seagulls cry, everything will end, I guess. All done. The end. What a relief.
Exactly what is it that you're misunderstanding?
Huh? What'd you say?
I said that nothing would end. With this, everything will be abandoned. The game will be forgotten and the pieces on the board will be abandoned as they lay. There will be no advancing or returning, no taking and being taken. No victory, no defeat, not even a tie. Just abandoned.
Doesn't that mean it's over?
Wrong. On my turn, the game will stop for all eternity. Your turn will not come. So there will be no victory, nor defeat, nor a tie. In the past, I couldn't let you do that. After all, one of my goals was winning against you. However, I've lost interest. So there was no longer any point in making moves any longer.
What do you mean by my turn not coming? The Beato getting tired of this game meant I'd be released, and then I'd be able to escape for Kenjima. But for some reason, Beato's repeated words, or the difference between abandoning the game and settling it, caught my attention. What is it she's been saying? Why the bad mood? At that time, I suddenly heard a voice from behind me. When I turned around, there was someone I thought I might, or might not remember from somewhere. A mysterious girl with no light in her eyes was standing there.
What this kid's saying goes something like this. She means putting the lid on this game and leaving the pieces as they are. The game will be locked away for all eternity, without ending.
The only way for you to return to your original world is to win against Beato. So if Beato abandons the game, get it?
Suddenly, in a different place, was a girl wearing a bright pink dress. I had a feeling I met her somewhere too, but I couldn't remember. More importantly was the meaning of her words. If the game is abandoned, then... Huh?
That's right. A match won't be resolved unless enemies and allies meet. It would mean that you'd never be able to win and escape from this world for all eternity.
What it comes down to, I guess, is something like taking the key to the cage that you're locked in, fastening it to the collar of a pigeon or something and letting it fly. This isn't funny, Beato. We didn't come this far to watch such a boring game. Calling it a day like this is no joke.
I agree with Lambda. I came here to make Battler win and to make you writhe in defeat. I still haven't achieved that goal. I won't stand for you abandoning the game at a time like this and running away.
I acknowledge that it would mean the curtain call for a game that disappoints you ladies. However, I, the host of this tea party, am fickle. Once it's lost its fun, I know no way of entertaining. I believe it's been my witch-like way of doing things from the very beginning. There are no problems, yes?
Certainly. I won't go against your creed.
I won't accept it. Quit fooling around. How much do you think I've supported you? You think I'd be okay with that after this preparation? Don't mess with me.
I am saying that I have tired of it. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's not gonna fly. We'll have you continue this game. You want to win against Battler, right? You want to win and make him surrender, right? You're almost there, aren't you? Am I right?
Don't ask me that. But I have an opinion too. Let me say it.
What?
This is a fight you picked. I'm prepared to settle this once and for all. I've come close to surrendering many times. I've never had any intention of escaping partway through, leaving the match undecided. Since I'm here, showing the will to fight, you better not run away, Beatrice.
I agree. Getting Battler involved and then leaving him without any victory or defeat is just too irresponsible.
Suddenly, even Gretel was there. Everyone was calling Beato irresponsible.
Huh. It seems I'm mostly being called irresponsible because Battler will is my opponent be stuck. In that case, Battler, will you step down from being an opponent as I shall? That way I will have done nothing worthy of criticism.
If I step down, will I be able to leave Rokenjima?
There's no chance you will be able to leave. Just be covered in dust and let it pile up on your shoulders.
Quit fooling around. What an irresponsible person. You've killed such a large number of people. On top of that, using a witch's power, you've done it over and over. Killing in gruesome ways. I definitely won't let you escape without taking responsibility.
Responsibility? What is it I should do to take this so-called responsibility?
Fight until a resolution is reached. Battler will sit in the chair across from you, never giving up, and fighting until he beats you. So you two fight until you're defeated. If you don't like that, try and defeat Battler. I won't forgive you. If you leave everything unresolved and abandon Battler in this chair, locking him up and never letting him return, I won't forgive you.
Gretel. To be perfectly honest, didn't understand from what standpoint Gretel was trying to save me. But in her words, I could feel a strong determination to save me from this insane game world no matter what. I responded in kind. Beato, face me. I am here. Across from you, the seat of your rival. Get it? As long as I continue to sit here, I won't allow you to escape. So don't escape. Fight. Isn't this a fight you started? Did all this crap over and over, making a complete mess of things. How could I let you end it because you're tired after all this time? I am your opponent. As long as I'm here, I won't let you escape. Are you listening, you irresponsible witch? Try saying something! After I yelled at her, Beato went silent for a while. Whether my words had reached her, or whether she was thinking about something completely different, I couldn't tell. But for a while, she was silent, gazing at me with an expression I could read no emotion from. When she realized that I'd noticed, she averted her gaze. Then she turned her back to me and said this.
So, since Battler will not quit as my opponent, the ladies are saying that my abandonment of this game will not be acknowledged. In that case, let's ask. Let's see if the man over there was qualified to be my opponent in the first place. Qualified?
Probably something to do with the test or whatever just now.
What are you planning to do?
Don't tell me you're...
I will now determine whether or not you are qualified to be my opponent. Ready, Battler? If those qualifications are acknowledged, I will stay in my seat and continue the game. And I shall promise to fight for all eternity until the outcome is decided.
I was ready for that from the beginning.
However, if you are not qualified, you must disappear. If the opponent disappears, there is no game. I can leave this place openly. Are the ladies satisfied? Interruptions will not be necessary.
Go ahead. Do as you like.
Battler. You make sure you answer well.
The very reason I'm here is because I'm qualified, right? Nothing to be scared of.
You couldn't be...
Gretel grew suddenly pale. Better to be the calm, collected type, so that expression surprised me.
Well then, Battler. I shall have you repeat it in red.
Tell me to repeat something? Damn you, stealing my signature move. But can I use the red truth too? How?
If you wish for it to be that way, you can do it. It's easy.
My name is Ashurmia Battler. Whoa, pretty cool.
Stop it! I know what you're after. But stop that! He's...
Gretel yelled. Beato glared at her. Then, her form was wiped away in an instant.
Shut up. Leave your seat for a while. You too, ladies. If you interfere, I will not hold back.
We won't get in the way. Go ahead. Do as you like.
Burn, this is bad. She's trying to erase Battler.
What's that? What's she planning?
Well then, I shall question your qualifications. Interesting. Attack and defense are reversed from a normal game. This is a very precious experience coming at the very, very end. Ready? Listen carefully. I will speak with the red first. I am the Golden Witch Beatrice. And I open this game in order to find Ushiromiya Kinzo's grandchild Ushiromiya Battler.
I know that. So what?
Repeat it. Ushiromiya's mother is Ushiromiya Asumu.
What? Why is mom's name popping up all of a sudden?
I do not require chatter. Just repeat it in red.
Beato urged me with the same indifferent tone. Don't have a clue what she's trying to do. Absolutely nothing to feel guilty for that would trouble me if I threw thrown in my face. Nothing that I'm hiding. Nothing that could trouble me by demanding that I repeat it. Why do something like this? Sure, I'll repeat it. Ashurmia Battler's mother is Ashurmia Asumu. The red sure is convenient. And I bother myself with bring a copy of the family register.
Idle chatter is unnecessary. Let's continue. Your name is Ushiromiya Battler.
Sure. My name is Ushiromiya Battler.
It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that Ushiromiya Battler was born.
It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that Ushiromiya Battler was born.
It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that you were born.
It was from Ushiromiya... At that time, my throat suddenly closed. I was rapidly assaulted with a choking suffocation. What's going on? One more time. It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that I was born. Damn. It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that I was born. What the hell? Even though I was doing it so easily a second ago, suddenly stopped being able to get the red to work.
Do you refuse to repeat it?
I'm not refusing anything! It's not working for some reason. It's from Ushiromiya Asumu that I was born. Why? Damn it! Why can't I use the red? What the hell? Mama's Ushiromiya Asumu, right? Why can't I see that fact in red? What's going on? This is...
If you try to forcefully speak red that cannot be spoken, you choke. There is no need to strain yourself. Allow me to use the aforementioned fact to press you in blue. Do you remember? The blue is used to proclaim a theory for the opponent to deny. They are then buried with the responsibility of denying that in red. And if they do not, it becomes your victory. Then let us begin. Due to the previous repetition request and the refusal to repeat, I proclaim that you are not qualified to be my opponent. After all, Beatrice opened this game in order to fight with Ushiromiya Kinzo's grandchild, Ushiromiya Battler. This gave you the responsibility as my opponent to declare in red that you are Ushiromiya Kinzo's grandchild, Ushiromiya Battler. You declined to repeat that. This means the loss of your qualifications.
Deny something about that in red. Quickly.
Sure. I am Ushiromiya Battler. If I can say that in red, I should be your opponent.
It may be a fact that you have the name Ushiromiya Battler. However, people's names are not exclusive. It is possible for multiple humans to have the name Ushiromiya Battler. What it comes down to is this. You are a different person with the same first and last names as Ushiromiya Asumu's son, Ushiromiya Battler.
What? Don't be stupid! I'm Mom's child! Ushiromiya Asumu's child! It was from Ushiromiya Asumu that... Damn! Why? Why can't I say that I was born from my mom? How can something so stupid be true?
No need to suffer. I will not toy with you. This is checkmate. You are not Ushiromiya Asumu's son.
What? You're... kidding me.
Who are you? What person calling themselves Ushiromiya Battler?
Wait a second. I am Ushiromiya Battler. It's from Ushiromiya Asumu that I was born, and I'm Dad and Mom's son.
No. There is no way that you are my opponent, Ushiromiya Battler. With this as proof.
Proof, you say?
You do not know of that sin 6 years ago.
That's...
No. The true Ushiromiya battler would not have committed a sin. But a sin did occur in the end. That span of 6 years became a blank space. And a man who knew nothing of that time took on the name Ushiromiya Battler and appeared on Rokenjima. That truth goes like this. 6 years ago, my opponent, the true Ushiromiya Battler, was already dead. You were part of a plot by Rudolph having something to do with distribution of the inheritance. A body double set up in Ushiromiya Battler's place.
How can something like that be true? That's so ridiculous!
Battler! Get a hold of yourself.
Well, if he can't counter back, there's nothing more we can do. Battler did not possess that qualification. That's how it is.
Are you okay with that, Burn? If you accept that, you'll lose too, right?
Won't you win? Why are you taking Battler's side?
Did it not pick up?
It did not. The did not pick up.
Oh.
What a shame, Battler. What a real shame that you didn't have the qualifications to be Beatrice's opponent. I was careless myself, betting on an unqualified piece. It's my utter defeat, Beatrice.
There is no victory or defeat. The opponent will simply disappear. Or perhaps I should say he was never there to begin with.
But then, who am I? Am I not Dad and Mom's kid? Who am I? What am I? If I'm not Mom's kid, then what are you saying? I'm a kid they picked up somewhere like a strange cat?
If that is the case, it would mean that you do not share Kinzo's blood. Either way, you are not qualified to compete in this game.
Absurd. You're kidding me.
Enough. From the very beginning, I was faintly aware of the possibility that you weren't a Shiromiya battler. So I had to question you. I had to ask about something the real battler would have known. What a shame. I even bet on the 1 in a quadrillion chance of a miracle. That you might really be a Shiromiya battler. That it seems you really are a different person with the same first and last names.
Bit by bit, Battler's form began to be clouded in darkness. Now, maybe it was the other way around. Polar was clouded in darkness, leaving only Battler. Battler was down on all fours, hanging his head and repeatedly questioning himself. However, he was not given an answer. In the world stained with darkness, Beato spoke something to Lambda Delta, and Lambda Delta ran up to him, yelling something very quickly. It already seems very far away, and it didn't reach Battler's ears. Then he, not knowing who he himself was, erased himself.
Now my opponent has disappeared. Well then, if you will excuse me. And ladies, you should get ready for your journey. No more festivities have been prepared for in my territory. It was good seeing you. Goodbye.
Without saying anything more, She clouded her own form in darkness as well and disappeared.
Are you okay with this? Battler disappeared, right? I know how much you hate losing. Are you really okay with this?
Weren't you betting on my defeat? Good for you, then. Congratulations, Lambda. Let's meet again in some other world, okay? Well, this is a world of endless fragments. The chances of us having some connection again somewhere are probably less than 1 in a quadrillion. Anyway, it was fun. Bye-bye.
Wait up, Burn!
Chasing after Burn, Caslow had disappeared first. Lambda Delta disappeared as well. After that, everyone was gone. And the study was now completely empty. It returned to silence, almost as though no one had been there from the outset. No one was here in the first place. Silent Study spoke that wordlessly, and the sound of the wind and rain began to fill the room bit by bit. In a world where everything had sunk into darkness, Iedo questioned herself.
As I thought, from the very beginning, magic should only have been used within Mariage Sorcière.
Seems so. I also thought that with Anji.
The Witches' Alliance is you and I. It started with those two. Including other people was our first mistake.
It's just so fun! We wanted to add someone close to us into that circle. When we finished it, the Witches' Alliance was getting to get really large. And then everyone would be able to use fun magic together and that we'd all be happy.
However, only you and I were able to understand magic after all.
We are the only two witches in this world who were brought together by a miracle. And now, as long as I have Beato, I don't need anyone else.
Me too. As long as you are here, I don't need anyone else anymore.
In the very first moment that Mariage Sorcière was formed, it was already complete.
That is so. That is truly so.
It was once a witch's alliance to make it everyone happy together with magic. I wonder when
it got this screwed up. What did I want to do when I started this game? I can't really remember even that. No, I may remember. But that's a feeling I now wish to throw away to the far side of oblivion.
It's okay. Why not forget everything? Let's have a mariage sorcière for just the two of us. We'll acknowledge each other. And no one will hurt us. So we won't be hurt. We won't cry. Let's forget everything. Hey, Beato! We are eternal.
Maria.
Hey, Charlie, be ready on the mic. We're gonna have 2 lines from this chapter. 2 lines.
Amakusa, could you turn that off?
Whoops, my bad. You don't like M. Zaki? Oh, you don't like M. Zaki?
I'm just not in the mood.
And with that, we're gonna end it.
Thank God I need a pee break!
Yeah, boy!
I have some thoughts, but I need to be right back. I need to see if I left a letter.
We got Mzaki. We got the Mzaki.
Whoops.
We got the lines. We made it.
So note for the viewers at home and the people in here, Mzaki is one of the composers for Umineko.
Thought so.
Which means that one of the main characters doesn't even like his music.
Wow.
We're not in the mood in it.
Yeah,
She's getting really pissed off with this diegetic music.
What's the matter?
So
Don't
is
like
he
Mzaki?
So is he like the opera maker guy? Like the guy making all this operatic music?
No.
He's the one making the jazzy beats.
Yeah, like he does the jazzy shit.
Also, that I will make this pointed out, and I don't think it's a fucking big thing to say, but this is just a reference to the fucking composer.
Mhm.
I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say this was just a reference.
Mzaki will not appear in the story.
Or will he?
Oh jeez.
True identity of Beatrice, perhaps.
But yeah, and we finally got to hear the non-instrumental version of Happy Maria.
Yeah, that's on box. Fun fact
that
about
is
that is the character select for the fighting game.
Yeah. So, any
Also,
questions,
fun fact,
comments,
it is yet
and
to be
concerns?
translated.
As soon as I get back into the house.
Oh, damn, all right.
I did not expect the plot of Metal Gear Solid 5 in my Umineko.
What do you mean by that?
Hey,
Wait, is that Metal Gear spoilers?
Jelly,
If you don't know,
Jelly, wait. Are there people there who do not want to be spoiled about Metal Gear Solid 5?
Me.
Then do not explain or elaborate
I
any
will
further,
not explain
Jelly.
the joke.
That's
Thank
not
you
really
very
a
much
joke.
for your consideration.
Apparently, we went so long, everyone had to take a break and / or do something.
It was an important scene. You had to make sure. I always think I feel as if the Mzaki bit is a good palate cleanser after me and Khan shouting at each other for 2 hours straight.
All right.
Shouting.
Thoughts.
Bone thoughts. Yeah.
Bone thoughts?
Bone bot.
Well, I mean, there's something I can't say now, but that's about it.
So,
No, reboot! Alright, so let me go through my bone thoughts in the Umi notes. So I mentioned early on in the Umi notes that Beato seemed to have inconsistent thoughts throughout this entire story about Kenzo and her role in the family. There are times where she acts like the boss, and there are times where she doesn't. And then I see the two Beato thing, the double Beatos, talking to each other. So I have to wonder, is that connected to how inconsistently she acts? She has also mentioned that she is a fickle person. Fickle means like you swap thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Fickle means you're very easy to change your views or to give up on something. You
Yes.
lack integrity.
So I would say that also matches up.
Changing frequently, especially as regards to one's loyalties, interests, or actions, or affections.
So I also wrote down that I found it weird that in this episode in particular, she seems to be really hooked on this idea of Battler having a sin of the past. And I was wondering, why is she not been thinking of this prior? This seems to go beyond the test thing, which seems to get answered by the fact that she thought that she seems to now think this is a different Battler. So that kind of answered itself. I'm wondering, could this be a trick? But that does not seem to be the case. But that was something I thought up of in the notes.
Yeah, I mean, Battler did just get obliterated.
Yes. So so that is about my main thoughts of as I wrote down in the Umi notes.
Real quick aside, I will apologize to the people who might have heard me rolling my dice. during the stream from my microphone, not the Discord, but just people in general. Putting dice next to me is a mistake because I will fiddle with them.
Sir, I have a whole tray of dice sitting next to me and I have self-control. Do better.
Look, Orange, to draw attention away from that, I shall now shake keys.
Everyone has their little weird little hand device.
You could be cocking a gun.
Oh, you mean like this?
No.
Please don't cock the gun.
Robo has a gun. Oh no.
Umineko.
Umineko.
I was gonna say, we're just gonna hear a loud bang noise, and he's just gonna be in Rosa Theater indefinitely. Oh, that went place.
I like to mention, whenever I made a joke with a gun sound, I double-checked the magazine and the chamber. I hope Roboot has done the same. Whenever
This is a revolver.
Why do you so? Why so
No,
guns right next to
with
it
the
all
guns. Don't actually cock guns.
Don't.
Your guns in a safe.
Probably not good first.
Don't do it, Alex Baldwin.
Practice gun safety. Anyways, Umineko.
Throw it on back to that Umineko.
Yeah.
Not something without any guns at all. Umineko.
Anybody have any interesting thoughts about Umineko and the events that have unfolded thus far?
Yeah, I do.
All right, yeah, go ahead, buddy.
It just kind of sucks because.
Come on,
it's
Zaz,
like
speak
the
your
one-
mind. Oh, he muted himself, the coward.
The lot is the plot of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Apologies if you did not want to be spoiled about Metal Gear Solid 5.
Well, no, I didn't say it.
God, God.
I think Zaz was making a joke about it,
Yeah.
though. But, alright, so, Kaneko, I assume you have some thoughts?
Kaneko, I
somebody
still
else has some thoughts first?
I think he's currently on
on
a
Tea break. Go.
Say something, anything. Any ideas you might have.
Crimson, do you have an idea?
Who is his mother? If he really is Battler, you know, his biological mother.
That is the question. That is assuming there's not some fancy word shit going on where it's like, oh.
Alright, I'm back. What I missed?
What are your thoughts? Do you have
Okay,
thoughts?
wait, hold on.
Wait,
Like,
hold on. Can we finish
Wait,
that question?
so Khan's theories are longer than everyone's. Like, I know you guys use that for recap, but like, you guys have shorter theories, so go first.
I just asked if anybody else, and nobody said anything.
Wait, actually, can I ask Khan a question?
I just got back. You guys finish up your stuff first.
We did.
We did. It's all over. It took 5 minutes and it's over.
Like I
I
asked,
don't even
like
know
the
why
other
this
one
is
left.
so funny, honestly.
The only one left was like Crimson, because I think Roboot, you gave like a thought already, right? Or you didn't have one?
No, I don't really have any thoughts right now.
And
All I was gonna ask, the only question I was gonna ask, who is Battler's biological mom then?
Yeah, I'm like none of us really
We
had
don't
any
know.
thoughts. So yeah, Kaneko, it would naturally be your turn.
Also, before you go, I just want to say, nice job on doing 3 hours with Orange in this like voice play. Nice job.
Thank you.
3 hours? I thought it was
What do you mean
2.
with orange?
Yeah, that was totally 2 hours.
Oh, wait,
It was 2.5 hours.
Simbar, do you have thoughts?
Not really. Hi.
Alright, yeah, so that's everybody. Kaneko.
Okay. Luckily, Bone, your notes are just as concise, and I do remember a lot of things about this chapter.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. AC, we're gonna ask Khan a question, weren't you?
Crimson,
go for it.
Crimson had asked this. I'm going to ask. It was what Crimson asked everybody.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, then who? What's up with Battler's? Like, who's Battler's mom and all that?
It's Angie.
No.
She's his sister, motherfucker.
Is
No,
she?
no, Angie. Never mind.
No, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make any sense unless there was some
His
real...
mother is Beatrice.
That would be too weird.
Alright, actually, let's actually try to, like, take guesses out of the cast. If there is, like, who would actually be possible of all the female characters we've seen. We
I
have
mean,
the
I have
options of-
a.
we
Oh,
have-
sorry.
We have the options of it's Kyrie. We have the option of it's Beatrice. We have the option. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke again that it's Angie, but no. I seriously.
Okay, but here's the thing. Like, what if Angie time traveled back into the past?
No!
And had sex with her own dad.
No, on time travel.
Games can suck ass.
You're going full Futurama on this, dude.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
going to
and
Futurama.
There's no time travel in Umineko.
There's the idea that he's from one of that other family branch or whatever
Okay,
the
but
fuck.
there's no time travel. What about just different time
The
loops?
Sumadera family?
Yeah, let's just say that. Like, I'm just saying, who are all the female characters that are within the age range?
Isn't Kyrie originally a Sumadera?
Is she?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that's why.
Sumadera, my bad.
No, you were right. It's Sumadera. It's an A at the end.
Yeah.
Oh.
Could it be Maria? No.
I hate that. I fucking hate that.
Okay, Rudolph was known as a womanizer. He could have had a love child with another woman, and he could have taken that child away from her.
What was the thing that Beatrice said again? That, like, there was a plot or something? I missed it because I got a text the moment she, like...
She said, she basically said that, Rudolph took this random person and gave him the name of Ushirmia Battler as an inheritance plot.
Alright.
It's what they call a wangle in the business.
There's no red text saying that he's not his son.
Well, there's no denying that Rudolph is the father. Yeah, at the moment. There's only deniance of who the mother is. Which, wait, I just realized, Rudolph is not an Ushiramiya, is he?
He is.
Wait,
Rudolph is a
Yeah.
direct son of
Rudolph is-
Kinzo.
He's Kinzo's
Okay, oh, right. Okay, so the Ushiramiya Asumu name is from the husband.
Hideyoshi
So the
is
reason why
only
Battler
wife.
disappeared is because he had psychic damage saying, "Wait, that's not my mom, then who am I?"
Alright,
and then
so
disappeared.
there's the question of why does it matter who the mother is if she's not the Ushiramiya, if she's not, like, birth Ushiramiya.
Who is the mother then? That's the question.
Well, it's
Why does it
relatively.
matter?
Here, Bone. If you want me to elaborate on why it's a problem and why he forgot that he existed, I can do that. I can explain that to you.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's really the problem of his existence, it's just who the real mother is.
Well,
I don't think it's that matter. Guys, you heard what Beato said. But at the same time, take a look at the bigger picture here. If he doesn't remember something that happened approximately 6 years ago, and he has all these other memories, but it still feels like there's a giant blank slate. And if Asumu Ushiromiya is not his real mother, then that means Rudolph is not his real father either. So the battler we've been following up to this point is indeed not Battler.
I'm for sure that he is part of the bloodline for certain reasons. Just there is a contradiction that took him out of existence.
I thought the thing that took him out of existence was straight up just that he agreed to non-exist if he couldn't answer Beato.
Exactly.
Out of existence.
But I mean, I did put forth the idea before of the non-magic theory of that these are two different battlers. But that said, it does seem like it's the same battler if neither of them can remember the thing.
Alright, okay, hold on a second. Okay. Con,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that what you're saying is inherently wrong, but it's more that I think you may have extrapolated maybe 2 steps ahead? Because there is no red text specifically saying that Rudolph isn't his father. It is only saying that Asumu is not his mother. And that's the only bit of red text that denies who his parents are. So I'm not saying that it is or isn't Rudolph. I'm saying that it doesn't mean just because X is Y does not mean that X is equal to Y.
Like I was saying. Also,
X
why
may
did
not
Orange
even-
be...
I think
X
I'm
may
being
not
stupid.
Asuma has not shown up at any point, correct?
No,
Exactly.
she's not.
Yet to
Not
show
the
up in the
moment.
I am keeping that option on the table, but I'm also thinking of this as different way. Mostly in that Beatrice could be right, or she could be wrong and there could be a separate point. Like if this battler is indeed a separate... I said this battler, didn't I? Whoops. Like if battler was from an illegitimate marriage, or at least an illegitimate... fuck, I'm losing my train of thought again. This is what happens when I don't take notes. I lose my thoughts.
I just had a cursed idea.
What's the cursed idea?
If, like I said before, that why would whose mother matter if she's not a bloodline Ushirimiya? Then I thought, oh god, what if it's an incest thing and she is a bloodline Ushirimiya?
That was another thing that my mind lit up to.
That seems weird.
But at the same time, then it wouldn't be then he wouldn't be Asumu's son. And in that case,
why would he not be?
He couldn't say it in red.
Right. Okay, so, well, I mean, I guess that doesn't deny... Like, the main problem is, why does it matter who his mother is?
Maybe it's because what happened 6 years ago, and what happened during that incident.
And that leads to the main issue of this. What exactly happened 6 years ago that left a huge gap?
Do we know anything about what happened 6 years ago at all?
No one.
We don't.
Not even any of the Angie memories?
No.
It could be from anything from his real mother could have been on the island and something happened to her, or something else that we don't know of that caused that incident that led up to the incident of Rokenjima.
How old is Angie at the time of the Ushirimiya incident?
6.
She would be 6 years old? Alright, so 6 years ago, then could it have something to do with Angie's birth?
No, I don't think so. Because that would be past 6 years ago.
Wait, it would be past 6 years ago?
Well, she's 6 years old in 1986, so...
Okay, so could it have something to do with her birth being the sin, though?
No, I don't think that's it.
Are you implying that Angie is Battler's daughter?
No, I'm just implying that... I'm just saying that Angie being a part of the story right now could play a role.
Was even Angie's mom on the island?
But it's Battler's sin.
Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie is Angie's mom.
Oh, okay. I forgot for a second. Okay.
It's alright.
I don't know, I just figured that maybe Angie has something to do with it, because that seems like a weird coincidence if she's 6 and the thing happened 6 years ago. Any other thoughts?
Okay, my theory is that maybe that has to do with the actual mother of Battler, and something happened to her in that island 6 years ago. That you can't remember.
Sorry, continue.
That something happened 6 years ago that we don't know of, that something happened on the island that no one talks about.
What if the thing didn't happen to his mom? What if it happened to Battler?
Elaborate.
And the reason that he can't remember anything is because he was somehow involved in it. But it was so traumatic, even he can't remember it. It's very
That does happen.
But in that case, what could possibly have been so messed up and so backfiring that everybody just officially had a 6-year gap with this? What happened?
Yeah, that sounds pretty messed up.
Maybe he witnessed a murder. I didn't say anything about it.
Kaneko, I would like to ask you, do you think this is the real Battler?
I want to say yes, but at the same time, with this information we've been given, I have to say no.
Oh, I think I might know because of me thinking about it. He might have witnessed a murder, and that murder might have been his real mother. He witnessed his real mother's death he didn't realize.
So you believe also, did he cause the murder? Because Beatrice said that that he was involved in the sin.
Either he caused an accident caused an accident, or he witnessed a murder and didn't, confess to seeing somebody getting murdered. It's either that or...
Sorry.
Basically what I'm thinking is that he might have caused somebody to died by accident.
There was also an implication, that he might not have been directly responsible.
That or witnessing a murder that he didn't tell anyone about.
I don't know, that seems a bit blunt. I feel like they'll probably want to make a more subtle thing.
Either which.
I think we've somehow entered a logical loop.
Yeah, that's what I thought Beatrice was trying to do. Just trying to trap him into like a logic trap.
That's what I thought too. But this is something that even Battler was fully unaware of.
I find it odd that I was about to say I find it odd that she was so, like, disappointed, but I guess the disappointment comes from maybe she also does not believe it's the real Battler. Even if it is, maybe she doesn't believe it.
That is an option.
Maybe she's the only one who actually witnessed what Battler saw or accidentally did.
I mean, she said that there was no involvement with her.
She was not there, but she did sort of exist as a, nebulous cloud of angels.
It didn't manifest, but that didn't mean she wasn't there.
I get the feeling
He
like
said,
she was...
like 3 separate times, there was no her for Battler to interact with.
There was no connection. It really seemed like she was pushing toward the idea.
I meant like she wasn't interacting, but she was aware of what actually happened.
For Battler, there was no Beatrice 6 years ago, is what she was saying.
Like, yeah, but Crimson's saying, like, for Beatrice was there no Battler, but I feel like there was no Battler for Beatrice. Like, I don't think she has any involvement with the thing. I don't know why she would at all.
Bone, say that again?
That for Beatrice there was no Battler. That's what Crimson, I feel, is saying. No, wait, no, or was it the other way?
Flip it.
Yeah, flip that.
Flip it in reverse.
Turn ways.
Crimson
So you're
was-
saying
I
that you're
believe-
flipping the chessboard around?
No.
Shut the fuck up.
For I believe Crimson was saying that Beatrice was aware of what Battler did, but like at that time. But I don't feel like that's the case. She really seemed to want to hammer home that there was no involvement of her. I think the disappointment lies purely on her not feeling like he's worth it.
Or that she can't get him to remember.
That's what I'm thinking, because this is like a key memory that probably caused everything to happen.
The trigger.
Yeah, the trigger. Because everything she said about how this whole incident on this island is caused by this particular thing 6 years ago was because of this one thing, and him not remembering it is the focal point of her saying, what's even the point? It's all about you.
Maybe she was really hoping for that big sin to be a fun piece that she can no longer play with, although I feel like that's not where the story's going.
I don't think that's it. Beatrice's demeanor changed severely whenever Battler said he didn't remember the incident.
Like I said, the major linchpin of the whole why this whole happened in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole reason why she's even doing this in the first place.
I'm very curious why there were two Beatos.
One was the version of her on the board, the other one was the her in the metaverse.
Yeah. Man, I
just
can't
noticed-
wait.
Sorry.
You go.
Sorry. I was looking at the Red Truths again. She said Beato said specifically that she wanted to start this game with Ushiromiya Battler. And we've seen her interacting with this guy, who claims he is Ushiromiya Battler. However, this means there was a Battler. There was a Battler who was related to Asuma. This Battler isn't aware of it. So, and yet he has Battler's memories. So if this is Battler but is not Battler, it could be... A does not equal B, but could possibly be B.
Kaneko, I'd like to ask you, why do you think this battler has the original battler's memories?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Could it not be this is a different person with his own memories of being battler?
If that's the case, then how could this battler remember so much and still have his attitude?
Wait, y'all said battler like too many times and I got a little lost.
Sorry,
Kaneko, I would like to ask you, is it not possible, like, let's just give a hypothetical of maybe the original birth battler died, and this is just a non-bloodline person given the name battler?
Then how would he actually... No, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like, it was just a hypothetical.
Why doesn't it make sense?
What?
Why doesn't it make sense?
Because then Beatrice wouldn't have actually have known about this.
Why not?
I don't know, something about it just doesn't straight right with me.
Is that proof that she wouldn't know about it though? You just feeling
What?
like... Is that proof that she wouldn't know about it? You just feeling like it doesn't feel right?
No, actually. Beatrice has shown up to this point that she's fully aware of Battler and his actions, along with everyone else on Rokenjima. She still gets pissed off at them, sure, but she's fully aware of what happens on the game board. And the way she's actually knows about this incident proves she knows a bit more about Battler in the original Battler, or this Battler.
We don't know who the original battler is.
I'm confusing myself now!
We know that this battler exists. We don't know if there is or isn't a original battler in general.
How many battlers could a battler bat if a battler could bat?
Two, apparently!
I'm having an easy time remembering this stuff. I don't know about you guys.
Clearly, I'm the only battler that exists.
No, there's no two. I'm
Yeah,
also
Okay.
battler.
Orange
Can you say it
battler.
in red? But
For
can you
this
say it
type
in
of
red?
conundrum, you use something
I'll
kind of
say
like
it in
Battler
orange.
A and Battler B.
I feel like that would confuse
He's
them.
Battler, you're Battler, I'm Battler! Are there any other Battlers I should know about?
Dameda! Zen Zen Dameda Zen!
Get out of here.
So Con, you're saying that there is another battler,
That's
basically.
maybe dead.
No, I said it's maybe dead. Khan didn't.
There
I
are
say
two-
that's probably the most likely scenario.
There
There
are
is
two
a dead
battlers.
Possibly?
But yet the Battler B has memories of what happens in
Graham, we did not set code names. We don't know who you're referring to. When
There
we
is battler and bibbler.
Which one's Bippler?
That's battler 2. It's a
Which
B
one's
instead of an A.
Bippler too?
He's the one that pipplers.
That's for you to
No,
decide.
that sounds worse. That name does not sound right for some reason.
Alright, look, we got Battler, we got Bappler, we got Bippler, we got...
Battler with the B.
What about
We got
Yeah, that's
Bippler.
bibbler.
we got Bitchler. We got the Onceler.
Bitchler is this episode 2 battler.
Yeah, and somewhere over in the corner is a pile of dust called the Dittler.
Do we call the
Oh, God,
Do we call
no.
the Rule 63 Battler Boobler?
Sure.
No!
Yeah,
No, then she's
Boobler.
Baylor.
Alright, bring it
Mike
back.
Boobler.
Bring it back. Battler 1 and
So-
Battler 2.
Hitler.
What are your thoughts?
No.
Okay,
Actually,
okay, we're
get-
getting way so far off topic. The train's already derailed and it's already being set up. for lines.
So back to where we were, Con.
Wait, I have one more place to take this. When he puts on the dress, he's Beatler.
Continue, Zaz.
So Con, so your theory right now is there are two battlers, correct?
Yeah, that's one theory.
You have another
One
one.
theory I have.
Are you implying that you have another theory?
Somewhat, but I doubt anybody here is going to go ahead and think of that as right. I also
mean-
don't
Alright,
think
go for it.
Ryukichi would actually pull something this dumbass.
No, go for
Let's
it.
see it.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh god, my neck. One theory I have involves brainwashing. Sort of like how this new Battler, or this second copy of Battler, has all his memories and personality and stuff. It was somehow brainwashed, I think. But that wouldn't go ahead and make up for all these other memories and things. The subtle nuances. I mean, you can rewrite somebody's brain, but you can't rewrite their memory.
You can lose memories, but you can't remake the memories.
Yeah,
Wait.
basically.
So Beatrice did the brainwashing to Battler, right?
No,
Not according- You would think that, but that would have to have occurred at 6 years prior. And she couldn't even manifest herself back then.
Okay.
So follow me a bit on this here. I'm also talking about Ryukishi's writing style in the sense he does come pull and do some out-of-this-world BS shit when it comes to some of his writing stuff. Most of us have read Higurashi. We know.
Though I will say
I'm
it is.
I'm trying to not draw comparisons to Higurashi.
Yeah.
What if it's a battler from like a different shard? I don't know how the shards work.
You mean like
The
fragment?
Fragments and no,
Yeah, fragments.
That's not what I'm getting at.
I will once again tap the sign that you can breed Umineko without having any prior information about the When They Cry series, including but not limited to Higurashi and Sakonia.
It's so much more fun that way, though.
Isn't it?
No fun.
I'm not relating it back to that series as whole. Only Ryukishi's writing style.
I don't know. Like we've only seen him write one thing. Most of us.
Yeah,
Like he could have changed his style.
Yeah,
And it's also fair.
he doesn't like.
Like you could probably
There
say
is-
that if we were like 3 Ryukishi things in, and then
Yeah,
you could go
but, like-
comparison. But we've only seen him write one thing. Most of us.
And
To be fair, that was like a 60-hour thing.
True.
You know, there's a lot like Higginbana.
Nah.
Numbers, Battler. What do they mean?
I think that may just be chalked up to me being an English major and reading too much into certain authors.
Anyways, get into
But
it. What's the thing?
What?
Get into it. What's the thing?
Did you finish your theory?
No, not yet. The theory was maybe the original Battler is actually dead. And this Battler is another body double that they had, because rich people, body doubles, it happens all the time. What can you fucking do?
Like,
But
okay.
considering magic is a thing here in this world, and considering that there is a shitload, and I do say shitload, because we all know from prior episodes, Kenjima is covered in ghosts and spirits and shit. Like Paranormal Hotspot Central 101 type shit. This is a huge leap out of left field, and this is not my main theory. I am not supporting this theory where it's 100% shit. What if Battler's soul somehow, or his ghost or whatever, possessed the body double, so now the body double actually thinks he is Battler?
I'm not believing it.
I'm very glad you said you are not married to this idea.
Oh hell no, this idea is super dumb.
Okay, so my theory that I kind of believe in, it would make sense until I'm proved wrong, is that he probably saw something revolving around his actual mother that was on the island because she was probably working there as a maid or something, and something happened to her, and it was such a dramatic memory that he didn't realize that's his mom, so he forgot, mentally blocked it out of his memory, and that was the thing that caused the incident of the current Rokenjima incident.
Most theory I'm actually falling for this? He's not Asumu's daughter, but he could be Rudolph's illegitimate son.
His daughter? I was about to say.
Sorry, that was a Freudian slip. Freudian slip.
His daughter? Is he
Freudian slip.
Out with it.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
She met Rudolph's son.
Yeah.
Let Kaneko keep on giving her theory.
That basically, Battler could just be his illegitimate son from another woman. And he took he took him over to Asumu so that way they could at least have a son. Because maybe Asumu was infertile. I don't know. Oh no, that kind of negates one of the other red truths, so...
One thing I have to wonder though is, does Asumu even matter? I have to imagine she matters because, like, if she's not a bloodline Ushiramiya, I have to ask: is the name the only thing that matters, or is it the blood that matters?
I'd have to assume that yes, her name matters because it's in the Red Truth.
You
At
can
least
beat my
this
mom.
one's name.
So,
I wonder if they're gonna do like a thing where like blood and is more powerful than name, because like they tend to go with like a thing that names have power. But are they gonna try also bringing blood and bloodline shit into that?
the only thing I have to say is carefully observe the red that Battler provided.
Oh, you mean the one in the Umi notes?
Yes, because remember, AC has put down all of the notes or all the red truths that are available currently. I'm also going to ask him to provide us with the blue truth that Beatrice provided as well.
Is there even a color code for blue?
Yes.
Yes.
Apparently so.
It's not quite the right blue though, but it's fine. It's good enough.
Wish I knew how to use it.
Say it's possibly got backed into a corner with his red on accident.
My only other thoughts on this episode are, wow, those CGs! Wow! Wow.
Could he be the son of another... Is there anything that said that he is the son of Rudolph?
There wasn't anything there that said it.
Could it be that he's from the bloodline, that he's from a different Ushimiya woman? Maybe one that we don't know of?
That's...
Maybe a daughter that we don't know Kinzo had?
Maybe.
At any rate, do you guys have any other, like, theories or things you want to discuss?
I honestly just... Everything else seemed pretty straightforward. And I just want to say, wow, those CGs! I was not expecting any of that!
I wasn't either, knowing the story, because in, again, how I consumed it was through the original sprites. There was not a CG of, two people, hung.
I was not expecting that.
The CGs I had were unanimated, so I was not expecting the flames to be fully animated, despite us already seeing that.
Scared me.
I wanted to roast marshmallows on Kinzo.
What?
Same, bro!
Just gonna leave it with a bad taste.
You don't know that. Have you ever tried human roasted marshmallows?
I feel like that's something that's going to be clipped later on.
I mean, it gives the marshmallows and hints of pork, you know?
At any rate,
I'll be honest, there's even worse that we've said that's been clipped.
We know that.
I believe now is a good time to end it for now. We will pick this back up on Saturday and Friday and Sunday with 2 very long streams.
Oh fuck.
I do apologize for not running down the blue earlier.
This has been a very special episode of Umineko no Nako Koroni. Good night.
Alright, good night, everybody.
Bye, folks.
Yeah, read. You know what? Fuck it. Read Bigosaurus.
San Diego.